Hello, 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 hello. It's Lewis Schaffer. This is Lewis Schaffer Uncooked. Thank you for coming. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hello, hello, Janet. Hello, Scott. Hello, Claire. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming in. Thank you for giving me something to do with my life. Even though my son thinks, I'm not going to say what my son thinks. I forgot what he thinks. I listen to what he says. I don't know. He wasn't that happy he wasn't that unhappy with it. I'm in his space. I don't know what it is. We can hear you. Can you? Thank you very much, Dorkles. You can hear me. You can see me. Anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. See what time? I'm not starting late. We're starting 2 minutes afterwards. That's what time. Is it late if that's what time we start? I don't know if this is the time. If this is the time that we start. Welcome to the stream. It was a beautiful, almost beautiful windy day today. I went out and I walked through the park, not through the park, through the cemetery, through Nunhead Cemetery, which is really, really beautiful. But there are parts of the other cemeteries that are as wild and as beautiful. Thank you, Claire, for saying I'm gorgeous. That are just as beautiful as Nunhead Cemetery. I am the voice of Nunhead. Maybe. Probably not. There's probably somebody else who's like more nuns. Where is Banbury? What date? The 24th of April. The 24th of April. Oh my God, I better get some jokes together. It'll just be like, because I'm an internationally famous supporting artist, TV pundit, recently seen on TV news, stand-up comic, having worked with everybody from New York. Maybe this is enough. Older man. Look at how great. I don't know if I look great. I'm wearing it. I brushed my hair. I want to be clean. I was lectured for not being clean because I don't use soap. I don't bathe. I don't wash my hair. My hair has not been washed. I don't wash my hair. I shave because I put tape on my mouth because tape is to keep my mouth shut. That's one of the most. That's a real health thing, is because the amount of air that's going in through your nose and in through your mouth decides what your blood pressure is going to be. And I've got extremely high blood pressure, which I always have had. And I just saw a really good video by Sam Bailey, who's one of my favorites. I know she's a woman. I know she's a woman. So I shouldn't be listening to her. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Um, yeah, look at that. Look at that. I just got a photo that says that says on what's his name? Um, on Dan Wooten. There's beautiful Paul Cox. He's on the TV. Let him be a huge success. Good for him. Good for him. He's worked at it. He deserves it. I've not, he deserves it. Banbury is real easy from Northampton via Coventry. It's up there. It's in Oxfordshire. It's near Oxford. It's like, I think it's south of Oxford. Is it south? It's Banbury. It's on the train line there. Vestanor is here. Hello, Vestanor. So hello, Janet. Hello, Vestanor. Hello, everybody. What was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about. I don't even know what was I talking about? I've lost my train of thought when I see other people being successful. I have to be reminded that you should be nice. Not Dan. It's not Dan Wooten. What is that? What am I being sent here? I'm not sure. I know what I'm being sent. What does that mean? That's Dan Wooten. I don't know who the other person is. A part of the picture is cut off. Dan Wooten, outspoken. There he is. Why is somebody? Why are you? Why am I being told? Yeah, I just checked it out. I'll look at trains from Torquay. Well, there you go. We're gonna have to all go back to my hotel room or wherever I'm staying. I might not be staying anywhere. Remember, I'm an internationally famous TV celebrity. supporting artist, stand-up comic. Anyway, John Van Dam is here. Oh, breathing through your nose. That's right. Thank you very much, Vestanor. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is that you? Is that what breathing through your nose does? It regulates. It regulates your blood pressure. If you're breathing through your mouth, it raises your blood pressure. So try not to do that. Number one. Number two. You you know, all those people who have sleep apnea, which I had. I had a CPAP machine. Who else? Raise your hand if you've had a CPAP machine. They're giving them out like crazy, the NHS. But with that, because when you breathe through your mouth at night, you're breathing. You're also snoring. It's unattractive. No one wants to have sex with a snoring person, but you're snoring like that, and you're um. So you're breathing through your throat, and it closes, and suddenly you're not breathing anymore. What type of tape? Laugh out loud. I use Micropore 25 millimeter tape. That's 1 inch thick. Is 1 inch thick. Let me just get that here. Let me get back to this. It's 1 inch thick. So when if you breathe through your mouth, if you don't put tape, if you like I put tape on my mouth, but if you breathe through your mouth, you breathe in a lot of oxygen, and it stresses the body. And if you have a CPAP machine, which is the cure for sleep apnea, supposedly, it's so wrong and so stupid. They're gonna laugh at this in about 25 years, maybe even sooner. Is it pushes oxygen into the lungs, which prevents you from gasping for air because you're being basically, it's a ventilator. It's the same thing where they murdered people during the COVID times, which we should mention, the COVID times. Not sellotape Darklands, no. Beautiful. It's really a fantastic tape. Micropore tape. You can order it online. Maybe I'll show a picture of it because I'm a believer in this. I don't get any money out of this. So this is not a certified Lewis Schaffer project. Micropore tape, 25 mm. Okay, well here it is. There it is. Can you see this? Window capture, Micropore tape. Beautiful Micropore tape. I don't know whether you can see this. Okay, see this is Micropore tape, $1.99 for a roll, $2.15 for a roll plus delivery. I mean, I have boxes of the stuff. You cannot buy the. I tried all the different brands. You can't buy the cheap brands. You got to buy the Micropore tape. It's got the best. It's made in America. It's American. It's American. I breathe through my mouth and snore like a mother. People have heard me outside, Janet. Yeah. Well, put some tape on your mouth at night. It's also good because it prevents you from eating. It prevents me from eating because I've got tape on my mouth. I think to myself, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd like to go get something to eat. I've got to take the tape off my mouth. And it hurts a little bit to take it. It's a bit of tape because it's very strong, the tape, for what it is. And so I don't eat because I'd have to take the tape off. Wow, I got number 3 crown. Are we playing chess? I don't know. There, Claire, she says she's first in the queue. Okay, well, there you go. So what is the point I'm making? I am making this point, which is that tape is quite dangerous. Why is that tape dangerous, Alex? Jane Catterson is here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Jane Catterson is here. What if you cough and suffocate? You need that mouth breathing. I've been using the tape for 7 years, including when I supposedly had COVID. You don't need to breathe through your mouth. You'd be surprised. I thought to myself, I remember telling Rose, I said, please keep an eye on me. I'm afraid I'm going to die. And I didn't die. And I mean, you can get it undone. You stick your tongue like that, and it's all gone. Don't Q jump, Claire, Joe says. And hi, everybody. I have a list. I have a list who's on the list. Who is on the Lewis Schaffer list. Anyway, the point I look good today, I think. I think black is my color. White is not my color. Anyway, so I know you think you're not gonna be able to breathe, but that's not true. You do not need to breathe out of your mouth. And the nose, I know you think not much air is getting in there, especially since I broke my nose, or my nose was broken for me, is that you have enough oxygen in there, in the nose. So if you have high blood pressure, if you wanna not stress out your body, if you want to not eat in the middle of the night, if you do not want to wake up because of sleep apnea, are you on the list? Yes, you are. You are on the list. You're number 2 on the list. I meant Janet shouldn't queue jump. She was rushing. Punctuation, fellow agent. Okay, did we leave? Did we? Oh, yeah. I think you had to say Janet. Don't queue jump, Claire, please. Right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't queue jump. I don't know what the list is. You are looking beautiful. Thank you, Lorna. Lorna is here. These streams have become really. I think they're wrong. I think I'm being a bit too flirtatious. I think. Hey, Joe, I'm first, and that's that, hun. Good to see you, fellow angel. Okay. Yeah. The only requirement is there's only one requirement is that you love Lewis Schaffer. I told Rose this when I was going out. I said you only have one requirement for being with me is that you love Lewis Schaffer. I wear a mouth guard to bed, so tape probably shouldn't be a good idea. What is a mouth guard? What do you mean, like for your braces or something? I need to be on the list. Okay, you're on. Okay, should I make a list right now? The list has to be a secret list. One of my carers told me that one nostril is open at a time for nose breathing. It changes every 30 minutes. I don't know about that. No, I think even with a retainer you could tape up your mouth. Why not tape up your mouth? Well, I don't know why retain. I'm not a doctor. Remember, I'm not a doctor. So if you do what Lewis Schaffer tells you to do and you die, okay, you gotta just laugh about it. You gotta laugh. You gotta say, I can't believe I listened to Lewis Schaffer. There's Daddy Bannister from Laos. It's midnight. They sold out of the pizza. Great job, Daddy Bannister. He sells pizza in Laos. We're all going to go to Laos. It's going to be one of the few last safe countries, hopefully. And we're going to go get pizza in that place. Tart, as my grandmother used to say, says, I see you. You girls are not tarts for loving Lewis Schaffer, and you boys are not gay for loving Lewis Schaffer either. There's enough love to go around. Mouth guard prevents teeth grinding. I have one too. Well, why are you grinding your teeth? You can tape your mouth, I believe, even if you're. The fact is you're not breathing out of your mouth. You're breathing out of your nose. So what does it matter that you got something that keeps it separated or something? I'm not a doctor, Jane Catterson. I am not a doctor. I am Lewis Schaffer. I mean, it says so in everything that I put out there, but that doesn't mean you've got to believe that. You've got to believe that I'm a doctor. I mean, just because I tell you that I'm a doctor doesn't mean. How can we laugh if we're dead? Well, that's what's great about being with Lewis Schaffer. You're going to laugh even if you're dead, I think. Even if you're dead. You seem to know a lot about health because because I was in such bad health from my toes, which had toe fungus, to the top of my head, which had dandruff and psoriasis. I know about health because I studied it. Lauren is saying hello to Joe. That's lovely. Claire is saying hi to I see you. We're all friendly here, fighting over Lewis Schaffer. Susan is here too, but she's washing up. Gremlin me needs feeding. Yes. Oh, is she going to feed you? Susan C. gonna feed you. Hi, Claire. Are you okay? Thanks, says Joe. All the girls are saying hello. I am definitely not a tart. I'm partial to a lemon tart, though. Yeah, you like eating a tart. Well, I'm going to tell you something about a lemon tart. It's one of my favorite. And lemon meringue pie. That's sort of similar to a lemon tart. I love a lemon cake. I love a lemon drizzle cake, too. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? Daddy Bannister is speaking to Claire. That's really lovely. Maybe Claire wants to go to Laos. Same here, Joe Warrior says, well, what does it mean to be a tart? What does that mean anyway? Tell me what it means to be a tart. I don't even know. What is it? You have sex with guys? I'm going to go off for a minute to check trains. Well, you can't check trains right with you. Well, impressive cooking planning ahead, Scott. What did Scott say? I just put our dinner on. What are you going to cook for dinner? I'm not going to yell at you. I'm making a lemon tray bake. We just discussed that the other day. I didn't even know what a tray bake was, but I do now. Take a picture of that and post it on Discord. Everybody get on Discord. I love that. Maybe after the show, I'm going to go to the shop and buy. I haven't had any carbs today. I've had two teaspoons of sugar today. Is the only direct carbs that I put. Just tattles and sprouts. Just tatties and sprouts today. Where is the beef? Where is the eggs? I was at a hospital a few years ago, and the doctor was a Syrian. He had a nose the size of a pepper pot. He lowered my blood pressure just talking to me. A great doctor. Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. That's why you've got to take your own records of your blood pressure before you get tested there, because people are over-tested. That's what Sam Bailey said. Let me find out what Dr. Sam Bailey. Dr. Sam Bailey. She spoke about. Wait a second. You know what? You got to remind me. Okay, we weren't on it. Sam Bailey. She was talking about testing. Maybe that's not what the word she used. Screening tests. Here it is. It's right here. I'm going to post this thing. Look at her teeth. Look at how great this woman looks. Look at how great this woman looks. And I'll put this up for you guys to see. Am I allowed to watch this without being demonetized? It's not music. It's like her just talking. Because maybe I should learn how to what do they call it? How to comment on this. Tell me what you think about this. Lorna says, I don't eat cakes, but my goddaughter slash niece baked her other auntie a delicious lemon drizzle cake. Oh my God, it was beautiful. Lemon drizzle cake is just so subtly nice. It's like such a nothing, but it's so delicious. Lemon drizzle, it's no wonder I get hungry when I watch these streams, because I think about food all the time, but I'm pretty good about it. My son's not coming home because he's at work. He's working hard. I'm pleased for him. It's easy. Torquay to Reading, then Banbury, 69 pounds. There we go. Up to Banbury. And we get to hang with me. We'll all sit at the table like we're friends. And because I'm a great guy, I'm not one of those guys. I'm a great guy. We'll sit there and we'll talk. I think I've always been one since the dawn of time, a tart. Well, what does it mean to be a tart? Claire says I'd be a tart for me. Yes. Who are you talking about? Hello, Peep, says Kermit. what does it mean to be a tart? Let me look at what does it mean to be a tart? Let me look at
that I attend the hospital call which I politely declined. My pregnancy child remained mine. My baby was pregnancy child in every way. My baby, the only regret I had was agreeing to do my baby. The only regret I had was agreeing to do. What is a screening test? Wikipedia informs us that in medicine, screening is a strategy used to look for as yet unrecognized conditions or risk markers. This testing can be applied to individuals or to a whole population without symptoms or signs of the disease being screened. While this video will concentrate on screening tests, many of the principles apply to medical tests in general. There will be some overlap in my examples as many tests are used in both settings. When I was trained as a doctor, the issue of screening tests and even national screening programs was a hot topic. Typically, a particular investigation was championed by a subsection of the medical profession. For example, mammograms by radiology facilities or colonoscopies by gastroenterology clinics. Naturally, these groups have vested interests, and getting in touch.
We can hear a kiwi. Yeah, that's okay. That's wrong. Yeah, they go because it goes on as soon as I press it. It goes on. Thank you very much, Kermit, for that. That's Dr. Sam Bailey. Jane Catterson is awake. If I go to your show, I'm not sitting in the front row. No, I'll walk into the audience. I'll do it from the back. I've done that too, where, maybe it's only half full and no one's sitting in the first 5 rows. So I go to the back. I go to the back row and I perform. The people in the back row are now the people in the front row. Lewis Schaffer was an amazing comic. I was just so brilliant. I wasn't so brilliant, but it was, unusual. The more things change, the more they say the same. Who is a tart? What's wrong with being a tart? What's wrong with being a tart? Thank you, Elite Elixir. I changed it. But what's wrong with being a tart if a girl wants to be, especially as we get older? Maybe if you're 20 years old, it's not so good. But if you're 40 or 50 or 60, and you see somebody you like, what's wrong with that? I'm up for you doing it. Thank you very much, Claire. Anyway, Alex, you're like those teachers who pick on the naughty or quiet ones who sit in the back to avoid questions. Yes, that's what I am. I'm going to let you just sit there? No, you probably would have a good time. Lil was a tart. Mrs. Boswell said so. Is that like Lilo and Stitch or whatever that show is? I don't even know what that is. I don't know what it is. Should I Google that? What is Lil was a tart? I don't know. What's wrong? What's wrong with I don't know. I don't know. What is bread? Says Claire. What is Scott says it's bread. I bet Lewis is nursing a semi now. You know what? Do you know what? If that's what it takes for you girls to get excited about Lewis Schaffer, Lorna. If that's what it takes, if you have like a fantasy, I'm not wearing any trousers right now. I'm completely naked. I'm naked from right here down. No more Googling unless it's mutual, please. Okay. I know you'll come up with the answer, but I'd like to see the answer. Lil, laugh out loud. Bread is a sitcom. I never heard of that. Bread? When was Bread on the air? It's easier for me. If I see an image of something, it's easier for me to. Bread, it's like a sitcom about a family of Scousers, really great in the 80s. I know what it's like. It had 12 episodes over 2 seasons. Am I right? Or 13 over 2 seasons. I am bare-assed? Yes, okay, let's all be nude. I'm diverting my affections to Kermit. Okay. Well, that makes me happy, too. That makes me happier. Kermit is a good-looking, handsome man. I've seen him on the stream, on a Zoom call, a Zoom call. It had 74 episodes. That's a lot of episodes. In America, you need at least 100. You need at least 100 or more episodes to go into syndication. Otherwise, you didn't make any money off of it. Because what happened is the networks bought 2 episodes. Bought not two. They were allowed to air it for only 2 episodes. After that, it returned to the original owner. 7 series. How come I've never heard of this thing, Lewis? 80s sitcom Carla Lane. Is that another sitcom that I've never heard of? Gotta get up, gotta get out, grab the world by the throat and shout. Is that a song? That sounds like a song. Gotta find it. Gotta get us a share, making bread out of nothing but air. I loved bread. Joey was the best. Yeah, 1980s. Can I Google it? I'm gonna Google it, whether you like it or not. Riding high, but hitting the ground, catching the penny, but missing the pound. Doesn't matter, 'cause we'll soon turn it around. Gotta make the bread. No one can see my bare ass as I'm wearing a long dress. Oh, so you're not wearing. Uh, I'm a, you're talking to the wrong guy here, because I am. That this is the kind of stuff I like to hear. I like to hear. It's like Lewis. Am I a perv, or am I just a normal guy? Lewis, the writer called Carla Lane, says Joe. Very good. Also wrote Butterflies. That's another thing that I never heard of. Carla Lane was the writer for Bread. Butterflies was another good call. Says Top Cat. We're learning stuff. And we're living in the past. That's what this is about. You know what this show is about? It's sort of like, let's have your nephew here. I'm your nephew who doesn't remember all the old shows, and you're a bunch of people getting together and just reminiscing about all the old shows. Marianne is here. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Marianne from Peekskill, New York. As soon as we get home, we make it and we take it home. Nothing's going to break it home. We keep it in the family. We'll be right at home. I mean, why aren't those shows being aired anymore? Why isn't Monty Python being aired anymore? That should be available. Can you see it? I know you are dirty. I love the way you say dirty. I'm dirty. I'm dirty. I'm dirty. Butterflies was great. Well, were great. Was great. Actually, the 73. I remember Butterflies. It was a good show, says Marianne. Butterflies was great, Lorna. I love that too. But I'm dirty. I'm dirty. Hi, Lewis. You good? Yes, we're having a nice time today. We're talking about these old shows, the old TV shows. What was it aired? Was it aired on the BBC? I think Carla Lane did the Liverbirds too. I'm gonna have to Google this right now. I'm gonna Google this. Let's see what it says. Let's look up Carla Lane. Carla Lane. Yeah, she is. She was a good-looking woman there. Her name is Romana Barak. I bet she was Jewish. Let's see if she was Jewish. Maybe not. Maybe not. Wrote various short stories, screenplays. In there, Adelphi, they would often meet at the Adelphi Hotel and write together. Carla Lane, because her modesty about revealing that she was a writer. Wrote for the BBC. Bread. Look at the home she lived in. Oh my God, look at how beautiful that is. Look at how beautiful that is. When I become rich, I'm going to live in a house like that. I love a house like that. Look at it. Look at the thing. It's actually an old house. It's an old house. Her mansion in Horstead Keys. She became a vegetarian in 1965. She became a vegetarian with Linda McCartney. What year did she die in? She died. She was 87. Was basically the same age as my mom, 1928. There you go. She died. She died her writing career, and she divorced the guy in 1981. She has 2 children. I never even heard of this woman. She became a 25-acre animal sanctuary. She was an OBE from Tony Blair. And this is what she wrote. Are you guys familiar with this? Are you familiar? That's the things that she wrote. The BBC. I love Bob. Okay, we can talk about that. What they did to Bob Monkhouse. I don't remember him being anti-women or whatever he did. My sister saw him live, and she said he was just the best. Just the best. Yeah, well, she has a British background, Marianne, in Peekskill. But it is unusual. I thought that too. Very good. Richard Dreyfuss and his mom, Mrs. Pooh. How's your adorable little Frenchie? Lucy has a French poodle too. Claire, she is fine, thanks. We've got 2 Lucys. Lucy who does my merchandise, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Lucy who does my merchandise, and then Lucy Van Pelt. I don't know. Does Lucy Van Pelt have a dog? I don't think she has a dog. Irish, not British, says Marianne, laugh out loud. Well, say you're sorry for the trouble that you caused the British, and they just wanted to bring you education and books and a better way of life. He was just bloody hilarious, post-woke. I'll take being weird as a compliment, Lorna. It is, in this country, it's a good compliment to be a bit weird. And there's beautiful, beautiful Chartel. Beautiful. So we've got all the beautiful, beautiful girls here. Can we say that now? No. What says Jane Catterson? What did Jane Catterson say that he said? What are we talking about? You know what? I don't, no. Butterflies are a very young Nicholas Lyndhurst, who played Rodney in Only Fools and Horses. This is like another world. Another world. Yeah, the black and tans, colonialism, has positives and negatives. Yes. Yes. I mean, yes. Well, didn't the Celts colonize Britain? You know, they did. Hello, my lovely daughter, to Chartel, says Joe. Hello. Hello. So she says hello to people. They started it. The British should apologize. No. Let's everybody apologize. Let the British apologize to the Irish, but let the Irish apologize to the British for being ungrateful. Basically. So what did we learn? What did we learn from this? Butterflies, that was on for 5 years. The Live Birds was on for 10 years. Bless This House was on for 5 years. The Last Song was on for 3 years. Mistress, up for 3 years. Bread was on for 5 years. From 1986 to 1991. Screaming, Searching, Love was on for 2 years. She did a lot of stuff. Big round of applause. Big round of applause for this woman. I don't even know who she is. List of animal rights advocates. I'm a carnivore, but I'm an animal rights advocate. What does it mean to be an animal rights advocate? Is Lewis Schaffer listed that way? Bob Barker, he's an American. Do you have to be a vegan to be an animal rights activist? Who are these people? J.M. Coetzee from South Africa. What does that mean to be an animal rights activist? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. We learned that Carla Lane was a comedy writer and Bread was about a family of Scousers, says thank you, Kermit, who cheated and lied to get the most amount of Social Security as possible. And maybe that's why our country is, and you like that thing, and maybe that's why our country is down the drain. And that's the natural core of the British people. They're a bunch of players, or whatever it is. They always have a deal going on. They have a deal going on, something going on. Good old days when it was just Scousers on the fiddle. Now we're importing people who are on the fiddle. Same thing in America. They've imported millions, but the Democrats are on the way out. They believe in this. They used to be good, but they're not good anymore. I grew up as a Democrat. My parents used to vote Democrat. We weren't Republicans. And then I heard that, what's his name? John Thune, who's a rhino. He is Republican in name only. He is not a Trump MAGA person, which I would say that I am. Oh no, I'm from Northamptonshire originally. Don't hate me. What's the hate about North? That's the nice shoe area. My dear friend buried her beautiful son yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. How old was he? And what did he die of? Mom, I don't. I have mates that are hunters. You can still care about animals. The people who care about the animals the most are the people who are hunters. They want land to hunt the animals, and they want the animals to grow. Lewis, fox hunting heritage. You know, is that being anti-animal to support fox hunting? I mean, it kind of is, because you got to be rich to be a fox hunter. You got to have a horse, and it's also a class. It's also anti-class. Also, Dean Martin. Sometimes I'll think that I've pressed the window capture, which is this thing. But I hadn't pressed it, so you got to remind me. You've got to remind me to do that. Basically, what does it mean, fox hunting heritage? What does that mean, Joe, Warrior Princess? So close, being a Freudian slip with fox hunting pronunciation here. Susan C. I don't know, what do you mean? You don't have to be rich to hunt at all. Don't you have to have a horse? Don't you have to have a horse to run through the woods, to go through the fields? And the fields aren't being used in the wintertime, so why not let him hunt the foxes? Joey drove a classic Jag. Billy was shagging the neighbor. Aveline was a model. She did modeling. Adrian's white-collar career was hanging by a thread, and Jack ended up in Goodnight Sweetheart. What are those, Kermit? You can hire horses or just loan. You have to know how to ride a horse. So basically, I mean, yeah, anybody could theoretically do it, but most people are not going to hire a horse or just borrow a horse. It's dangerous. Fox and the Hounds is a British tradition. I guess a lot of people were involved. You had the huntsmen, you had the people on the ground, you had the people with the horses. I don't know if I'm in favor of it or not. Of course, it's a rich person's activity, says Richard Phillips. He agrees with me. And let's thank Ron Smith, because yesterday he made a contribution to Lewis Schaffer was that you, Ron? To Lewis Schaffer Uncooked Livestream to keep this thing going. So thank you very, very, very much, Ron Smith. You can all do it at Ko-fi, ko-fi.com. Goodnight Sweetheart was also Nicholas Lyndhurst. He found out he could time travel back to war-torn 1970s London, where he kept another woman. Well, it's war when people are, doing all that stuff. We followed the hunt in cars back in the 1960s. I remember The horror of seeing the fox torn to pieces in a field in my wellies with my brother and granddad. No horse needed. Wow, you followed the horse in a car. The point is, most animals die horrible, miserable deaths, even if you don't kill them in an abattoir or whatever it's called. What do they call it in an American abattoir? The world is horrible. Let's say you're a fox and you break your leg and you can't run. You just sit there waiting for animals to eat you and hack you apart. So it's not pleasant. How nostalgic. We used to sit around the TV when I was a kid and watch Bread. Billy and Julie were so funny. Bread. Thank you, Kermit. Buy the stream a cup of coffee. And your advice about sleep tape was totally non-controversial. I'm not sure why people were arguing about it. Because they think we're going to die if we tape our mouths. And it's something that people on the... It's like goes with carnivore. So it's on that side, or maybe it's that side, and the other side is against that. I'm currently rewatching Goodnight Sweetheart about the fourth time. It's very 90s. Goodnight Sweetheart. Claire Shortell, speaking to Claire, says, I've been watching retro sweet vids. What is retro sweet vids? What is a retro sweet? It's not nice, but then there's a lot of things in the world that aren't nice. We should probably focus on banning halal meat first. Well, halal meat, I'm not sure halal meat is that bad. All sweets from childhood. Well, what kind of vids are those? Is that like ads, or is it talking about the different sweets that you used to have? My mate, the sheep farmer, when taking a sheep and lamb to the field, the sheep got sick, and the lamb was a victim to the fox. Yes, I remember and I'm not going to tell you the entire stories, but it involved little baby ducklings that we had walked across the park into the pond there, and when we got them into the pond, and they were safe in the pond until they were hacked to death by other birds. I don't know what other swimming birds. Maybe they were ducks too. It was horrible. It was like, oh my God, we've just killed these ducks, these ducklings, baby ducklings, Lewis. It was the thing when I was growing up in Hamptonshire, or as you write it, Northants. We'd all go into the country, and I think Dad may have been bloodied. Oh God, I come from savages. What, you think your dad was involved, had blood on his hands, actual blood? Pacer was just a stripy, minty opal fruit. I love candy. I don't have it very often, but I love it. You know what I had? Yesterday I had this much, like they come in a piece about this big, Mr. Tom's peanut brittle. That's Mr. Tom's. I've been here all the time just listening, Vatanai, but I had to jump in. Goodnight Sweetheart was ridiculous, and Butterflies was really depressing. What was Butterflies about? I never heard of either of those things. Why was it depressing, and why was it ridiculous? I have been bitten loads of times by dogs, and after a while, it doesn't hurt. Yeah, I can hurt. Must hurt. It must hurt. I love when people have interesting lives, says Claire. Yeah. Who are poppets? What's a poppet? Top Cat, they changed the chocolate. So chocolate isn't as good anymore, probably. Lewis, it means having blood put on your cheeks, kind of a rite of passage. This is getting dark. I may have to Google this, laugh out loud. Yeah, well, I want to know. I can handle it. Chartel, it's all ruined. Hardly any cocoa in it. Well, you could buy better and better coffee now. You can buy 95% coffee bars, 75% coffee bars. When I was a kid, I remember my mother had like tiny chocolate pieces for chocolate cake. And when we were really hungry, we used to go eat it. When we were really hungry. Otherwise, it just sat in the cabinet there. My grandmother was blooded. She gave me a stuffed fox head from the hunt near Brecon in 1911, Ron Smith says. Gave it to my aunt because she collects historic stuff. Her son didn't like it. So it got burnt from 1911. That's that's 125 years ago. That's a long time ago. What and Claire says, I agree, to be honest, but Bread was hilarious. Maybe because you haven't seen it recently. Maybe. Lorna said we had a stuffed fox. I guess there's going to be stuffed animals if you kill them every week. Ron Smith, my mom had a fur coat. I burnt it. You know what? Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know. You know what? I don't know. Are we against fur coats? Maybe we are. Thank you. My family now seems more normal and not insane. Well, they were killing animals. I'm going to go to the other room and get some water. I'll be right back. Will you talk without me? Don't talk too much so I don't fall far behind in the stream. Hold on. Little lights. There you go. Everybody, make sure we're all on Twitter, everybody. I think we all are, but let's make sure. I'm a country girl and an ex-farmer, and I know the truth, and I can't stand townies not knowing the truth. The truth is that humans kill animals. We kill animals in order to live. I have a leather jacket. I'm not burning it. Yeah, same thing. I got leather shoes. Not. How many carbs in water? There's no carbs. Yeah, obviously. Sorry for taking that seriously. It's weird how sensibilities have changed so much. I doubt people would find much funny these days about married people having affairs or wanting to, or people even being married, or them being married. Nobody's even married. And now you find out that your wife is having an affair, you got to either accept, you got to accept it, or you make a big federal case about it. I had a foxtail for a scarf. They used to give out rabbit's tails. What happened to the rest of the rabbit? Anyway, Jane says hi to Kermit, and Kermit says hi to Jane. We're all getting along so well. Hello, I did not like Bread either. I found it hard to believe. And there were real people who talk like that. I thought any accent from north of Brum was faked and put on. So you're saying it was a realistic outfit, but only you didn't believe it. I can't believe she just burned it, considering how she collects family relics and looks into ancestry. All she had to do was give it back, for F's sake. Yeah, exactly. We got to take care of stuff. Look, what do? I find stuff all the time, and that people have thrown out. I'll show you what I found today. Can you see what this is? I found this today. I found two of them. Why would somebody throw them out? They're made by Frank Green. I think they're 20 pounds each. They're bottles. You put stuff in it. It's made out of plastic, so it's not that great, but it's, and then it's got a little thing on the top. I don't know if I could sell these things. My dad was a butcher before he died. Our cats ate well, rabbit every day, yes. And that makes them being healthy. Now you see fat cats. Why are they fat? Because they're not eating a meat diet. There's a guy in one of those street videos from Liverpool, UKIP or Antifa protest last week, who sounded just like Freddie Boswell. Well, it's good they're keeping their accent. Years ago, rabbit's foot was for good luck. Yes, that's true. It was for good luck. I haven't heard that mentioned in 50 years maybe. Oh my God, twins. Susan, my dad was okay. That's what Chartel says. Claire's dad it was a butcher. Emmerdale and Coronation Street use fake comedy accents. I teased two guys at work. One was from Lancashire, the other was from Yorkshire. I accused them of having comedy northern accents. Yeah, because they made fun of people in the north. And then you wonder why the people in the north hate you southern people. Half of the Corey cast, Coronation Street, come from where I live. I can attest they are real. Myxomatosis, maybe, is why everything had rabbit foot key ring. Not mad at it. What does that mean? What is myxomatosis? What is myxomatosis? Vatanai, great video upload of the school that closed. Good music. Is that on Discord? Well, let's all go to Discord afterwards. Yes, my lovely dad was a butcher, Claire says. He had his own shop in West Wickham, which is south of Croydon. There you go. I've befriended two robins in the garden, and they always prefer worms over seed, and I got the premium stuff. Yes. And that's the way I am. I prefer raw beef over seed. My sister, who lives in Preston, Lancashire, got a food bin delivered and it said EY up on it. EY up is a Yorkshire saying. I up on it. What does I up mean? What does it mean? What does an I up saying mean? On Discord, says Susan C. What they spread to keep the rabbit population down. Yeah, supposedly 2 rabbits can populate the entire world in less than a year. That's what I saw a thing about that. I'm so glad I came from the Midlands, so I can just pick a side. The Midlands. The Midlands sound funny too, the people in Birmingham. Anyway, yeah, Claire, we had shops all over Enfield, Seven Sisters, Wood Green, and Winchmore Hill, North London. There we go. Thank you, Shortell, for that. I up is a Yorkshire greeting like hello. I up means like hello. I up. Just like the starlings, they will blitz the mealworms before touching any grains. Yeah, probably right. But aren't starlings, didn't Mao try to kill all the starlings in China? Said that they were eating like kilos of food a year. Look, Chartel says, Lorna, I up, lad. Love it. How great are we, Chartel, butcher's daughters? Maybe that's why, you're so beautiful. I mean, you're all beautiful, but meat makes for beautiful women, yeah. And, I mean, you can be beautiful. I mean, you're all beautiful to me. I up came from the North Viking language, so it's popular in northern England, including Lancashire, Yorkshire, and Derbyshire. Yes, that's the Viking areas up there. That is true. I just I realized that as you said that. Yes, that's true. All the way over, remember Dublin is a Viking town. It means Blackpool and whatever it is. So is this? Do you think this is worth something? Let me see how much this is worth, and I'll put it online. What's good about it is I'm not going to boil it. Should I boil it to get all the germs out of it? Okay, let's do this. Let's go over to here. Let's do this go to here. Let's go to Frank Green plastic coffee cup. Okay, here's what it looks like. I think this is 29 pounds. 29 pounds new. Let's see if I can get one for used. Used. 12 pounds, 18 pence. How amazing is that? It's a takeaway. Oh, this is in Australia. It's 23 pounds in Australia. Jesus Christ. This is a ceramic cup, but this is not ceramic. It's a reusable. Why do they say ceramic? It's not ceramic. Let me see. I'm going to see what it is. Are you looking at this? I guess you can't see it. There you go. Look at that. Somebody threw away 2 of these things. It's used. It's a used. Reusable. Usable. I might keep it myself. Hey up. It's not I up. It's hey up. Okay, thank you, Lorna. Thank you, Lorna. It's pronounced A up. A up or hey up. Hey up or hey up. Some say the Welsh mon is from the Caribbean slaves, mon. Yeah, well, lots of them, that was the first place they moved to the country, I guess, when they came in. Viking sounds more fierce and interesting. Yeah. Well, anybody with a BY like Dominic Frisbee, that's a Viking name. Chartel same great-granddad came over from Stavanger or Bergen. Need to research him something. Yeah. Well, I had the whatchamacallit done to me. what did I have done to me? Let me see if I can put this in here. Hold on a second. Let me just do a search. This is a Frank Green. Frank Green reusable coffee container. Used. It's a cheap Timu knockoff. No, it's not. It is not. This is the real thing. Second-hand liquid receptacle known as Origin. Wash before use. Is that what I should say? It's a second-hand. Yes, I should write that down. That's a good thing. Let me copy that. Thank you, Susan. That's going to help me in life. I don't know how to transfer this to something. Control. I'll send myself a whatchamacallit. A WhatsApp message. How do I get to that? Lucy, no. WhatsApp, no. WhatsApp. There we go. Let's see what this is. Where am I? I had a thing where I would send myself stuff. There I am. I'll put it right there. Very good idea. Thank you, Susan C. Lots of our little birdies change their diets to suit availability during the seasons. Robins don't really touch mealworms once the cold of autumn and winter bites. Why not? Why don't they eat that? Lilith is here. What the hell is travel tea coffee mug? This is something that I've got for sale right here. I've got for sale. Don't look at that. I've got this. This is what I've got. I've got one of these things. And then what's great about it is so you tie it tight and then you press it here and it comes out. The liquid comes out. I'm gonna keep this for 2 reasons. One is if I need a cup of coffee, but it is plastic, so it's not probably healthy, the plastic. They think I up comes from say up, which means watch out, says Kermit. Lewis, you must come to Beverly to meet me, and I will teach you Yorkshire. Yorkshire is in the middle of 3 ridings with different accents. I'd like you to teach me something else, Lorna. Yeah, I don't want to learn anything. I don't want to learn. I want to do as little work as possible. You know me. You know I'm not interested in learning something. I'm learning stuff here. Will I remember? How much of this will I remember? I don't know. I hope to remember. Not hey up, but hey. What do you mean? But hey up. It's spelled the same way. Ring me for an accent, Lorna. I will give you my number privately. Yes. Okay. Well, there you go. There you go. I used to work in Hull. In Hull. I know Beverly. Where is Beverly? I don't even know where Beverly Hill is. Where is Beverly? I do know where Beverly Hill is. I used to know where Beverly is. I used to know. Where is Beverly? Map of Beverly. Google. Okay, there's Beverly. Let's see where it is. What is that doing there? There we go. Oh, I see it. I see it. It's north of Hull. It's really close to Hull. I didn't know that. I'd like to be over here. Alderborough, Withersea. What is over here? Bridlington. That's where Bridlington is. There's York. Oh, my God. I want to go here. This is good. I've been through here when I was younger. I've been here through many times, Selby. But I'd like to, I don't know. I'd go with Rose. Rose would go. But Rose ain't coming home no more. Poor Rose. Poor Lewis. What do you mean, poor Rose? Poor Lewis. She's not coming home. Lincolnshire World's National Landscape. So there is Beverly. Well, now we know. Do you know where Beverly is? It's right there. Can you see Beverly? Look at that. It's a market town, 8 miles northwest. Is there a train station that goes through there? Yeah, there is. There's a train station. Does the train go down into Hull? Hull is not really the name. It's Kingston. But you don't know. But does anybody call it I'm going into Kingston? No, I don't think you do. There it is. There's the train that goes into Hull. There's the big bridge. There's the big train station. Well, that's Hessel. That's not the big train station. Where is the Hull train station? Oh, I find it very interesting. I got drunk in Beverly. Lorna wants to go and perk her. Perk. Okay. Whatever that is, it sounds, at my age, I'm not quite a perker. I'm a rubber. I'd rub you. Remember the new cleaner in Heartbeat? Where is all the tea mugs soaking in bleach to kill the germs? I soaked my tea mugs today, but not to kill the germs, just to get rid of the color, just to get rid of the tea stains. Duck is also a Midlands word. I heard it all the time when I was growing up there. Language is so interesting. Interesting, yes, it is. Put bird food out and they will turn up. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard the whole world. The people are landing everywhere. They're landing everywhere. The station should be on Station Road, on City Road, or Station Road. Yes, that's probably true. That's probably true. I'd like to go to Hull. I mean, I'd like to do something. I've got to get organized. I've got to get organized. I've got to do more stuff. I've turned into my aunt. I'm not going anywhere. I should just go on tour. I should just go to all your houses and visit you. When British Telecom was privatized in the 1980s, Kingston upon Hull was left off the agreement by accident, leaving them opened to create their own telephone system. Kingston Telecom. Thank you for that, Kermit. Let's look up Kingston Telecom. That's very, very interesting. Kingston Telecom. With very good reason. In 1904, City Council was one of the several local authorities to set up their own net. It's similar in America. There are places that weren't on the AT&T. They were on their own little thing. They weren't part of the American Telephone, which was a private company, but had basically the support. Never support, so they never became part of British Telecom. Who owns Kingston Communications? The Macquarie Group. Very, very interesting. And here's what Wikipedia says. Okay, we can look at that later. That's very, very interesting. I never realized BT Tower in London was designed to be a nuclear blast proof. I used to enjoy Christmas with Noel Edmonds, Elite Elixir, broadcast from that tower. Yeah. When was that built? In the 1960s. I love being called Duck in Portsmouth, which is rarely happens, as they are Southerners. Yes, very as south as you can go, practically, right? In Somerset, people say Albion, Albion, as a greeting, Albion, Albion. When I moved to Cardiff as a student, people thought I was speaking in a comedy West Country accent. Albion, Albion. What did Lilith say? Come down to Eastbourne, Congress Theater, Lewis. I would love that. I have an owl on the roof every night waking me up. Well, because they're night birds. I think they've only ever heard an owl, and nowhere near where I live. I think I've only ever heard an owl, and nowhere near I live, says Keith Bexley. Hello, Keith. BT Tower opened in 1965, Google says. Well, there you go. Thank you very much, Scott. I saw a video recently talking about the BT Tower and being round to stand up to nuclear blasts as much as possible. Well, because we were involved. Of course, everything was they thought about that back then. Remember, we did think about nuclear blasts all the time. I mean, obviously, Keir Starmer doesn't give a damn about it right now. Because if he cared about it, he'd be happy that we're stopping the Iranians from having a nuclear weapon. Otherwise, they'd be like North Korea or worse. They're pretty bad. It is quite bizarre to see a white phone boxes in Hull. But what the locals don't realize is that the place stinks. I guess they got used to it. Why does the place stink? Because it's on that river there? Isn't there supposed to be a ship with tons and tons of money that crashed in the bay there, in the water there? Ever see the Tricorn car park in Pompey? That was probably a nuclear blast resistant. Let's see what it says about that. Let's see what it says about that. We're doing so well today. This is one of my favorite streams. Look at, oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's like the Preston thing. I hope they haven't torn it down. Did they tore it down? It was this blank section, so because if they wanted to put signage up, premium stores would occupy the center. As the center was not connected to Portsmouth Town Center, these stores never moved in. It's not connected to Town Center. Well, where is the Tricorn? Oh my God, it's a whole long thing here. Oh, they demolished it in 2004. Oh, that's sad. I was so happy, and then that's sad. What about the Preston bus terminal? What about that? What about the Preston? Do you guys know that? The Preston bus station. What about that? The Preston bus station. How beautiful is that? I've been there. I've been right in there. How beautiful is that? They didn't tear that down. How beautiful. How beautiful is that? That's just so beautiful. Look at how great it is. Look at this. Look at how beautiful that is. Okay. Well, things get torn down. Let's try to let's fight for every building that's built. Every building that's built. Where is the Trafford Center? Is in my Manchester Stinks too. It's near the Davy Hume sewage plant, and the Trafford Center put a lot of extra strain on it. Okay, says Kermit. They had a restaurant on top of the BT Tower that just used to spin right. Yes, that's true. I read about that. I saw a video about it. Don't get me started with the bloody Tricorn Center. Total nightmare. I got a bit. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't be tearing down buildings. So environment, and eventually you grow to love them. I got a bad brain freeze in the Trafford Center. Why? Because it's so big. I've heard it's become very dumpy. That's what I've heard. Is that true? Who knows? Joodles would know about that. But check out the Chester bus station, the new one, because they are trying to be all green and Malaysian. The Chester bus station. We're going to look that up. Okay. We will look up the Chester bus station. New Chester. Let's just look up Chester bus station. Chester bus station. Images. Yeah, it doesn't look as strong. It's all that glass. But it looks nice. I guess it looks nice. I guess it looks nice. I mean, it's a bit unnecessary, maybe. Or maybe not. Maybe they need a really great big bus station in the center of town. I don't know. Maybe it's not in the center of town. It looks pretty good. It looks very, very good. I'm a big fan of Chester. You know that about Lewis Schaffer. He's a big fan of Chester. Let's see some other pictures. Chester, England. Yeah, I've been there. I've been down there with the old buildings there. I don't want to talk about it. It's painful. Underrated Chester. It's Roman roots. Is that Roman? That's not Roman. That's like mock Tudor. Maybe it is real Tudor. Maybe it's real Tudor. Okay, so let's see what else is going on. We had the turf on the roof, and it just went brown. And nearly they tried to copy the steel trees. They tried to copy the steel trees. Lewis, it was a very cement jungle. We have had we here. So the light is a bit too bright in my eyes. Let me fix the light. So Joe says this. Okay. A great nightclub, however, I think Charles may have opened it. Then over the years, everyone hated it. Yeah, but why do they hate it? Because a lot of these buildings are built by the council. And what does the council know about making people happy? What do they know? In the 1960s, there was a surge in people wanting a phone. Long distance calls were the problem. The post office tower was built to give line of sight with the microwave links to areas outside of London and the nation. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the same thing, I guess, with the tower in Crystal Palace down here. Quite a lot has grown around the Trafford Center, says Kermit. Sea Life Center, Legendary Center. Okay, well, there you go. Nice. Thank you for that message. Bus station is a bit of a sore point in Northamptonshire. We had one fit for purpose, but it was ugly, and now the modern one is just totally inadequate. You don't tear stuff down. It's unnecessary. Who benefits from tearing it down? The new contractors and the council thinks, oh, I've got a job to do. I'm building the thing. And then they can go and turn up. It's not right. It's not right. I don't think it's right. Joe says, thank you. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. What are you talking about? Joe, the Tricorn was horrendous. We used to go there to a Laser Quest place 30 years back. It could have been made into something. I remember, do you remember when they built the O2 Arena, before it was the O2 Arena? Right? And then it became vacant after the 2000s. And after the 2000s, they said, we got to tear it down. And then an American came in and said, let's do this to it. And now it's used relentlessly. So things can be used. They can be used. Had a great nightclub. Well, you guys were young. Nightclubs were amazing. You used to go and meet men and dance with men and have sex with men in the bathroom or whatever you did. I don't even know what you did. You didn't have sex with me in the bathroom. I was not one of those guys who was going to a nightclub. I wish I was, but I wasn't. How much do you think I could sell this for? 30 pounds new. 10 pounds. I'll sell it for 10 pounds and maybe knock it down to 5 because I'm such a bad businessman. Or I should save it. Or I should say, I guess I can't. I wouldn't want to put something hot inside here because it's plastic. A club in Telford called Cascades. We nicknamed it Catch-Aids, says Susan C., which is very funny, but you cannot catch AIDS. There's no way to catch AIDS. There's no HIV virus. Did you look at the thing? Watch Sam Bailey. She's so brilliant. She agrees with me. I agree with her. I've learned from her. I've come up with some of these ideas on my own. You know, where did these ideas start? You cannot catch AIDS. You can't catch AIDS. You can get sick. You can get sick if you don't take care of yourself by having schmutz. Okay, let's do this. I've run out of energy. We can talk about this. We can talk about this tonight at 10:30, or we could. Whoa! I didn't put the live chat on. Did I miss anybody's live chat? I haven't listed it yet. How much should I list it for? Are you a Millwall supporter, Alex? Go to Vinted at Nunhead Man Vinted. And I'll tell you, ask me again. I haven't been back to Pompey for 20 years. I'm never going back. What's that song? Going back to Liverpool to do nothing all the days of my life. What happened to Joodles? I don't know. I mean, she didn't tell me. I think she just, I don't know. She got a bit mad at me. But I don't know whether that's it. She wasn't mad at you guys. She really likes you guys a lot. I got the impression. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't want to speak for her. Maybe she'll come back. Maybe everybody. People seem to come back. They come back, say, "Hey, what happened? Where did you go?" I mean, people can have enough. They can have enough of Lewis Schaffer. They can have enough of you and us. It's a club. You know, and sometimes you think, oh, I've had enough. I've gotten, as much of it. You're gonna have liver tomorrow, Susan, and Moroccan lamb tonight. That sounds delicious. That sounds absolutely delicious. Army of M is here. So let's do this. Everybody get ready. I'm gonna thank everybody. Get ready to put the whatchamacallit, the number you think has come in there. That the biggest thing. Ruben's at 26 with the largest concurrent number. Red Knight, I didn't even see you there at 25. John Van Dam's at 24. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I See You is there at 23. Maltese Phil is at 22. Maybe she's run off. Maybe Joodles has run off with Mr. Cuff. Who knows? Maybe she was so in love with Lewis Schaffer that she couldn't stand to be around me. Maybe she hated Lewis Schaffer. Maybe it had nothing to do with Lewis Schaffer. Top Cat's at 21. Keith Bexley's at 20. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Darklands is at 19. Susan C is at 18. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Susan C, along with Lilith at 17. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Lilith. An Army of M. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Army of M is there. Thank you for coming in there. Ron Smith at 15. I love you, Ron Smith. Vestanor is at 14. Chartel, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Chartel is at 13. Vatanai is at 12. Richard Phillips is at 11. There's Daddy Bannister over there in Laos. The home people live where the Lao people are. And he's there, and that's 10. 9 is Marianne in Peekskill. A round of applause for America. God bless America. Land that I love. Stand beside her. Number 8 is Lorna Hutchinson. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Marianne. And beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Lorna. And beautiful, beautiful Janet is at 7. Love you, Janet. I love you, Janet. Hi-Ho Kermit. I love Hi-Ho Kermit. He's been a tremendous support of this chat. A big round of applause for Hi-Ho Kermit. At 6, Alex is at 5. If anybody knows what happened to Joodles, you can put it in there. I mean, people come back. Lucy came back. Lucy Van Pelt. And, it's the world's changed. Elite Elixir. This is not quite a live stream. This is a chat. This is a club. This is us getting together. I don't even know what it is. Maybe it's all those things. Joe, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Joe Warrior Princess is at 3. And there's Claire at 2. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Claire. And at number 1, did you know this is true? That Janet Catterson is at number 1. A round of applause for Janet Catterson. So thank you very much. So have you written in the number? God bless America. Sandy is here. Beautiful, beautiful Sandy. If I don't read your name, nobody's come up with the total yet. But if I don't read your name, then you say, hey, Lewis, can you read my name off? What about me? What am I, chopped liver? That's what I need to hear. I need to hear that. I need to hear that. Okay, let's go here and I've gotten the number. No one's come up with the number. So keep on going, everybody. The first person to come up with it wins. Why this is so important? I don't know. I don't know why it's so important. Look at that. Yes, the numbers are strong and they stayed high. Oh, look at that. Is that the number? Oh, I see the number. Sandy says 29, no. And Alex says 31, no. And John says 31, no. And Vatanai says 34, no. And there's the winner right now. Again, you've won again. Susan C has won at 32. So John Van Dam was close at 31. Alex was close at 31. And brilliant. Susan C is our winner. We had 31, which we reached relatively late at 6 p.m. at 6 p.m., but the number is still high even now. And let's see how many people have been watching it. 126. So we'll see you tonight at 10:30, everybody. I love you. I love you. I love you. You guys have been great. This has been very informative and loving, and that's what's good. And I don't feel like I need to apologize. The winner is by Susan C. I hate being in the top 3. I stopped chatting and tell everyone to go stream so I can fade into obscurity and focus on you. She's focusing on Kermit. There we go. Kermit's going to get a date out of this thing. Well, we want to hear everything about it. Well, not everything. You can keep some secrets to yourself. We will see you tonight at 10:30. Will we see you tonight? Thank you, Sandy. We'll see you tonight at 10:30. Congratulations, Susan. Thank you, everyone. Lorna, thank you, everyone.